Welcome to how to set up a Candidate Data Purge in Taleo Business Edition. Let's get started. Taleo Business Edition allows you to set up a mass purge of data for candidate records that have not been updated in a certain number of years. First thing you need to know is that you need to be a security manager in order to perform the Candidate Data Purge. If you don't know where to set up security managers, just go to Administration, Organization, and Security Level. And under security manager assignments, here is where you can set up your security managers. Now, to create a candidate data purge, you will go to Administration, Organization, and you're going to go to Data Management. So the data management link will only show up if you are a security manager. So here is where we will set up our criteria for a candidate data purge. So what you can decide on. So you can decide on when to activate the purge, if you need to repeat it on a weekly, monthly, biannually, or annually basis. Here we can exclude candidates that have met the following criteria within this period. So candidates, for example, that the main status on requisition specific candidate status has changed, the candidate contact log has changed, the candidate data has been updated by a user, or the candidate data has been updated by the candidate. And here's where we set the time period. So, and for example, here, if we select 2 years, any candidate file that has not been updated in 2 years will be purged. Next, we can also exclude candidates that are in the following rec-specific candidate statuses. So in this case, you may have candidates that were hired on a requisition, but that candidate hasn't updated their file in 2 years, but you don't want to delete them because they're hired on a requisition. So here we can exclude candidates that are in the rec-specific status of hired, for example. We can also exclude candidates who have applied to certain requisitions. So by clicking on the Add button, you can add requisitions. Now you'll see the requisitions show up underneath here, but one thing that's important to note is you also need to click or check the exclude candidates who have applied to the following requisitions, even though the requisitions show below. Same thing is applicable if you want to exclude specified candidates. So we can add specific candidate names, check the box to exclude specific candidates, and they will not be included in the purge. So that's essentially the setup on how to get going with your candidate data purge settings. Now, what happens after that is a task will generate overnight to purge, to provide you with a purge of purge list of the candidates that needs to be deleted. So after this has run, an email is sent to all security managers that will inform them that the list of candidates is available. Now, keep in mind that a maximum of 1,000 candidates can be purged at once. So if ever you have more than 1,000 candidates that needs to be purged, you're going to have to do this in batch. It will only take the first 1,000, and then you rerun your candidate data purge to grab the remaining of the candidates. So just to show you what that email looks like, I will show you that right now. So this is the email that you will receive for the candidate purge. You will see this email overnight, and there's going to be a link here that will bring you directly to the candidate list that needs to be purged. So it's always a two-step process because you're going to receive that list, and once you receive that list, you need to confirm it before the actual purge goes through. So by clicking that link, it will bring us to the list, or if we cancel out of here and we go to under data management here, the candidate purge list, that's where your list will show up. So with this list, what can we do? So here we can see there's 142 candidates that would be deleted based on the criteria that I have selected. Here we can export the results. And what we can also do is we can review this list and then check on any box, and we can click on remove the candidates from the purge list. So here we will get a confirmation asking us if we really want to remove this candidate from the purge list, and we're just going to go ahead and click on yes, and that candidate has been removed. Now, the final step is once everything is fine and you say, yes, this is the list, we want to remove these candidates, you're going to click on the button here that says confirm candidate purge. And what that does is we'll confirm the purge, and the following night, overnight, the candidates to be deleted will be deleted and removed from your environment. So if we just go back to the data management section. So if you make any changes here, so before the purge actually goes through, so any changes that you make, finally you decide that you want to change and add more statuses, you want to change the time period, it essentially resets it to 0. So it will cancel the previous run that you were trying to do and set up a new one based on the new criteria that you have entered. And the same thing with the candidate list, as you saw from the button where you confirm the candidate list. If you never confirm the candidate list, then the candidate purge will never go through. And on the next run, if there's a repeat on it, on the next run, it will just start back from scratch until you confirm that list, and the same candidates will be going on. So one thing to note is the candidate purge will perform the same delete as if you manually delete a candidate record. So therefore, the records cannot be restored. So consider carefully your settings for this feature. So no purge will actually take place until that confirmation happens. So if you have the purge scheduled weekly and initial list is generated but not confirmed, when the task runs the next week to generate the list, the initial list will be overridden because the first list was never confirmed. So those same candidates should appear on the next list along with additional candidates if this is applicable. So this feature will also allow you to keep a more manageable list of candidates in your database. It allows you to easily remove those candidates who have not updated in any way, shape, or form their file in a number of years. So it really allows you to easily manage your candidates and keep a fresh list of candidates of people who update their records in your environment. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Have a great day.